from Oak and Limestone. So take it away, Michael.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mary. Thanks, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Glad to be here finally. This is Oak and Limestone. Is basically it is a holding company of sorts for my LLC. It's a family LLC that I had set up through St. Louis University's Student Legal Union. I do engineering and farming and various other construction and get ideas all the time to make our world and life experience a little bit better. So this is kind of a collection of some of my hopefully better ideas. And so I start with the basics. Over here, I'll start with this oak and limestone are two basic building blocks of Missouri. I'm a Missourian, and so that's where oak and limestone comes from. There's two basic building blocks for structures and water. You use limestone for water treatment. And so I started with food, clothing, and shelter, and derivatives of that, or tangents to that, water, textiles, materials. And then health and fitness is important for everybody, and then on down the line. And then some extra peripheral ideas. I put it down here in R&D. It's like an open sourcing. A lot of this is open sourcing. Because one thing I realized is that ideas don't do any of us any good, including myself, up here in our brain. They help when you share them and get stuff actually excellent. So anyway, if you'll scroll down the page here, those are 3 acorns of the oak tree. One of the ideas here, you can pop in Kill-Out Farms at some point, but my favorite idea is down below that, the fire and water. Let's click on that. And what the idea here is, this is a cod pizza oven. St. Louis's love pizza. And we also have people from all over the place, and everybody loves to break bread together. This is first a bread oven, specifically a pizza oven. And the idea is, and then if you scroll down a little bit further, down to this, there we go. That's a hybrid fish pond, or an example of a fish pond. And I'm a water guy, stormwater, wastewater, potable water, and a general builder. And the idea is, you scoop out, you excavate for this backyard water feature, or whatever the water feature is, and then you've got a set of spoils, clay spoils. What are you going to do with it? Well, scroll up a little bit. That's an earthen oven. So you can use in your backyard, you scoop it up, you get a pile of dirt. Well, that's made with 4 ingredients. Lean clay. We've all got lean fat clay, basically, leaner fat in our backyards. Sharp sand, straw, and water. And you don't necessarily need the straw. You can use any mix of stuff you find in your backyard excavation, basically. And then you can add a lime plaster, a finer clay plaster over to make it pretty. Then we'll look at this one, under shelter. We all need a roof over our heads. So for shelter, natural builders, that's what all that is. Natural building is just, this is a depiction of natural buildings I've participated in over the past, in my past. This was built, this was one that I got taught in, and if you scroll down, I believe that was Finehorn Eco Village. Yeah, that's in Scotland. And there's some other ones here, and some other examples of what natural building for shelters looks like. And they have a lot of these different features. We can include all that in whatever concept you might be interested in. And then we list our pricing and scheduling, and we go down a little bit further. And it's collaborative. What we do is there's a lot of, if you scroll down here, some of these examples, look at all these folks around the country and around the world that we collaborate with. Those are all active natural builders. Some in the UK, some in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Vermont, Texas, California. So we just reach out to all of them. And if you've got a property and you want some of this done, we call all of our friends, see who wants to show up, and have a work party, and get your project done. And I, being in engineering, I can craft the design and work with you with what you want. So that's that concept. And then as a subset of that is Missouri storm shelters. And so this is a general concept. And the idea, one thing that always annoyed me is shutters that don't shut. That's kind of funny. But anyway, what these do is, Missouri's had, just north of North St. Louis's experience, we have tornadoes sometimes. And windows are nice to look through, but they certainly don't hold up to a tornado. Plus, we all live in urban areas, and urban areas are prone to noise. If you live next to a neighbor, they got a barking dog, whatever. We all work hard, we want to go to sleep, especially in our bedrooms. And so one thing we can do is we can put these storm shutters, are not just storm shutters, they're not just pretty, but they are also insulated with a rigid foam panel behind that acts as thermal and acoustic insulation. So you get, when you close those windows on, let's say you got 2 windows in your master bedroom, it's not only secure because these secure your property because you can break glass, but also insulates both thermally and acoustically. And it also looks nice. So it adds value to your property in a number of ways. And you scroll down a little bit further, and we source it from weather damaged hardwood trees, so it's already fallen, it's already windfall anyway. So it's stuff that we can cut up into firewood. So we work with a few guys around the state. I've worked with Full Circle Forest Products. They're up just near Dancing Rep up in northeast Missouri. Rustic Grain and Eisenbaum are here in St. Louis. And KC Custom Hardwoods is a great company I've also worked with out in KC. And one unique thing to what we do is what I've learned through my buddy at Full Circle is we can actually do our designs, and instead of building them all out, what we do is we license our designs to other builders, for example, the Amish and Mennonites, who will build in bulk for us, who already have big shops. So I don't even have to build a big shop. I just license the design to them to do the marketing and legwork. And when they get an order for, let's say, a multifamily or a condo, then our Mennonite friend will build it out for us and get 12 units before I can, in the time it would take me to do half of it. So anyway, so that's the idea. And it costs about $1,000 ballpark. It depends on how fancy you want to get, what species of wood you want. But it's about $1,000 per set. I recommend starting with the master bedroom so you can get to sleep at some point. Let's go to the neighborhood tool libraries just for one third. Concept is pretty approachable. But this is not a novel concept, but it's something that helps all of our communities. And the idea behind it is that occasionally we all need a chainsaw, and occasionally we might need a certain power tool, but certainly not daily. We don't need it regularly if we're not in that specific trade. What neighborhood tool libraries do is it's just like a gym. Some people don't necessarily need a leg press, some people don't need a stationary cycle, but when everyone collectively funds it, then it's only a small fee per month and maybe a reasonable deposit to gain access to the collection of tools. Most gyms are 30, 50, whatever reasonable amount per month. Same concept applies to the tool library. And again, this is not a novel concept, but how many of you participate in a tool library? And those are some overall concepts with Oak and Limestone. Those are 3 examples of what we've conceived of, and we are open to anyone that would like to collaborate with us or would like us to build out the product. We've done a few concepts, but we're certainly new to market, and we'd be happy to entertain any potential projects or ideas that anyone might have. And anyway, if you scroll down to the bottom, my contact, I'm Mike Kelly, the owner and GM, and my contact information is right there. And if anybody has any interest or questions, I'd be happy to hear from you. Thank you very much.